Hello everyone, and welcome to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Care Network. I'm Dean, the host of the N.A.R.C.N network and channel, and also the host of the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Today I'm going to be presenting to you episode 188, and this is part 2 of episode 188, where we talked about the subject of generational narcissism. So what we're going to talk about here in part 2 is actually some of the things that go along with generational narcissism that have to do with your protocols in handling that in your lives. And basically, whatever you can do or what you should do in those instances to handle people who put forth to you narcissism that is a carried over generational nature. That is to say that you're having narcissistic issues from your parents, from other people in your family, could be from children as well too. We're just going to discuss here briefly what to do with those things. Excuse me. So when it comes to generational narcissism, I've got a lot of people on the N.A.R.C.N network who have actually written to me over the past few years and talked to me about things that go on with the narcissists in their lives. Now, in this particular instance, we're talking about family members, fathers, mothers, could be children, could be aunts, uncles, whatever it is. But it's commonly mothers and fathers that I hear about mostly. And there's a number of you out there who watch my channel regularly, some of you who are friends with me on social media who will know exactly whom I'm talking about here. But when we get on the topic of generational narcissism, some of the things we have to remember here, excuse me, I have a bit of a cold here, so I'll try to get through this as good as I can. Some of the things we talk about here are how to basically deal with a parent who is a narcissist. Now, this can be a very difficult topic because when you have a parent who's a narcissist, especially if they're a higher level one or one that is very problematic in your life to deal with, first of all, you yourself may have indeed inherited some narcissistic traits from this parent that may display in your life currently. I have quite a number of people off my network who not only have narcissistic parents, but they themselves have also inherited some of the quirky narcissistic things that those parents do, and they themselves may have some lower level narcissism or even higher level narcissism, depending on what exactly they have acquired from their parents' narcissistic states. When we talk about this and we talk about what can you particularly do when you're dealing with a narcissist that has these things, well, of course, one of the things you can do is extract yourself from that situation. Now, I know that this is not the easiest thing to do because we've talked about this in previous N.A.R.C.N episodes, trying to get away from the narcissists who affect you, and this is also doubly hard to do if this is a parent that you're dealing with in your life. Getting away from a parent, getting away from a parental figure permanently can sometimes be next to impossible. But there are people that do it. I have examples off the N.A.R.C.N network of people who have done it or are currently in the process of trying to detach from their narcissistic parents. You guys actually out there will know who you are. You'll know who I'm talking about, some of you, because you'll know that the references I'm making here have something to do with you. You guys out there have talked to me about what's going on. Some of you talk to me and fill me in and have even allowed me to be privy to your parents' narcissistic behavior when it's actually happening. And that is, I have to say thank you very much for any of you out there that have allowed me to go have access to your life in that particular way. It's a great example for my network to learn more about narcissism and to learn about what other narcissists are out there and how they behave in real time. But those people out there who are dealing with this and may be currently dealing with this in an ongoing fashion, the one thing I have to say is that, you know, really, if you look at it, you don't really have to tolerate that. If a person is making your life hell to such a level that they become detrimental to your energy, detrimental to you existing on a day-to-day basis. They are just presenting you with negative energy, bad energy all the time, chaos, turmoil. What you need to do is you need to eliminate that person from your life. Now, again, this can easier be said than done, but it can be done. And I know people who have done it. I know people who currently want to do it off my N.A.R.C.N network as well too, but they may be having some issues with whatever way they have to go about that. But that is not to say that this cannot be accomplished. It can be. Anyone who is presenting with you incredibly negative energy that is impossibly hard to deal with, that person doesn't serve any benefit in your life. And sad to say, I would be the first one to say that you have to detach from this person. I even know some people around me in my personal life who have issues of this nature. My advice would be the same. If a person is poisoning your life to that degree, like narcissists do, and it's apparent, and they are just going at you, or like, you know, in a way that is almost unfathomable, because we know that the way extreme narcissists can actually behave, my advice to you is get away from that person. You can do that. You can actually do this. And you will find that when you do this, and you cut that person and you let them go, your energy will get a lot better, because you're not dealing with all that bullshit that the narcissist lays in your lap that you have to deal with. You're not dealing with the chaos. You're not dealing with all of that crap. And when you let it go and get away from it, your life starts to change. This goes for any instance with anybody. I mean, sometimes we can just be dealing with difficult people in life. But often if people are too difficult in life, and they are chronic people who are always living in chaos and disorder and just bad energy, often these people are indeed narcissists. Even if you're not sure you have a narcissist in your life, if you're dealing with this type of energy, and if you're not sure what this energy is, we've talked about this in previous N.A.R.C.N episodes. You can go look on my channel or go look on the internet. There's tons of other experts out there who will tell you what you're dealing with if you're dealing with certain types of behavior. If you are indeed dealing with that behavior or those types of behavior, you may indeed have a narcissist of whatever level it is that that person might be, and you need to, if you can, distance yourself from that person. This being said, generational narcissism, the only way to get away from this is to really break it. You have to actually break the things that connect you to this person, and it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy to do. I know people who've had some problems doing it, and I know some other people off my network who have done it very easily. A couple of them have done it prompted with my advice to them as to how to go about this, and they've done very well at achieving this and getting these narcissistic parents or whatever out of their lives by just excluding them. Because one of the things that you can do to a narcissist is when you cut them out of your life, especially if you can do it for an extended period of time, they take this very adversely at first, but after a while they start to panic. And they start to realize that you are now in control of what goes on in there, and you're not going to deal with their bullshit and their chaos anymore. And narcissists will either do one of two things. They will often just go into a panic and try to rectify this situation by kissing ass or doing whatever it is they do to get back into your life. And that puts you in control of that situation as well too. Or they will just permanently screw off and you won't see them again at all. And if they do, they didn't really care about you in the first place. It doesn't matter if they're your family or not. If they screw off and don't make any attempt to contact you anymore, you serve no purpose to that person, I assure you. I've studied narcissism now for a couple of years, psychology for most of my life. If a person does that, especially if a narcissist does that, they did not really give a shit about you. They do not need you in their life. They do not need your fuel. And you are better off without them anyway. Let them go. Let them go from your life and just be done with that. You'll be better off in the end for doing this. Now, this may sound very harsh, and there are other narcissistic experts on the internet who may suggest other ways to get around having to get rid of people permanently or having to cut a narcissist out of your life. And you can also take those steps if you wish. I'm not telling you absolutely have to get rid of a narcissist if you don't want to or you feel that you can't. but seriously limiting their access to you down to as small a percentage as you can will definitely get some of the bullshit off your shoulders when you're dealing with a narcissist. And if you can bring yourself to get rid of them permanently, if they are that bad to deal with, then that's probably even better, because that will bring you a lot of peace of mind, and it will bring you a lot of just plain peace, actually, when you don't have to deal with that type of stuff. So these are just some of the points I wanted to make in part 2 of the generational narcissism episodes. There's probably going to be a part 3 here. I'm going to say to you guys, please stay tuned for part 3. If it's coming up here shortly. We'll be having lots of new content coming up on the N.A.R.C.N network, and also on the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. I hope you guys have a great day. Please stay safe. I know up here in Canada we've got a lot of forest fires going on right now, and our air is very bad in the area where I live and in some other areas up in Canada. Please stay safe, you guys. Take care, and I'll catch you with some upcoming videos very soon.